Okay, so that's pretty powerful. Has a very strong taste. If you're not a big fan of really strong whites, you may not like this. Really, to me, almost doesn't taste like a typical Chardonnay. It's kind of a Chardonnay with like a shot of something else. Hey there everyone, welcome to It's Just Grapes, the wine show dedicated to opening up the world of wine to regular people like you, using wines that you can get pretty much anywhere across the country. My name's Kyle, I'm your host, and today I've brought with me something I've never had before. This is Toasted Head Barrel Aged Chardonnay 2017 from California. Again, I have never had this before, but I do drink Chardonnay quite often. So let's go ahead and just crack this open and get rolling here. I did have an issue with this rabbit last time I tried to use it, but this time the bottle's open, but it doesn't want to come out here. We'll edit this out. White wine you drink in little glasses, red wine. It's to let more air in, or so they say. Alright, so the first thing you notice with this being a Chardonnay is it's quite goldeny yellow. Almost has like the hue of like a light beer. It looks pretty nice. Not too many bubbles going on here. Let me go ahead and taste it real quick. Okay, so that's pretty powerful. That's a pretty strong Chardonnay. I actually was not expecting that, especially with it being this light of a color. That's probably the point of this Toasted Head Barrel Aged. Reading the label, it says it's named for the age-old practice of toasting barrel heads with fire, which is what helps to create the distinct toasted flavor in all our wines. So that's honestly probably what I'm tasting. I've never actually had anything that's barrel toasted. Let's drink it again. Clear my throat a little bit. Not super sweet either. Then again, it's not really dry. So it's probably a well balance between sweet and unsweet. So you could probably enjoy this, or this might be a good thing to bring to a party, knowing that you're not going to kind of segregate people who like sweet wine versus unsweet wine. Pretty powerful aroma. Let's see what other information is provided here. Our Chardonnay is barrel fermented, imparting a unique richness and complexity to the wine. Complemented by tropical fruit, peaches, pineapple on the palate. The finish is well-rounded with toasted coconut and butterscotch notes. So now that I've read all that, it makes sense. 14% alcohol by volume. So, again, a pretty decent alcohol content, ABV. Definitely you can kind of taste that you're drinking alcohol here. This isn't like a nice calm juice. This is bold. Very bold wine here. And as far as temperature goes, I did have this in my refrigerator. So as you see, the bottle's sweating profusely. I feel like this is the kind of wine also that you don't necessarily have to be planning your day around. You could probably casually drink this, for lunch, or, as kind of like an afternoon, just something to get you through the day. It's not necessarily going to be like your commitment to drinking for the night. That being said, I don't think you would probably drink a third to a half of the bottle by yourself. I think you'd probably have a glass, maybe two, and then you're probably going to move on from there. I don't see this as being the type of wine that you're going to commit to for a full evening bender. I'd probably want something a little bit lighter, a little bit softer, but I'm quite surprised. This is probably one of the stronger whites I've ever tasted. Now, I did pick up this wine at Walmart and it was under $10. So all things considered, pretty hard to beat. Really any wine that's kind of $5 to $10, really you're not out that much money if you don't like it. But I wouldn't necessarily say go to the store just to get this. If you're really a fan of Chardonnays and want to try something different, awesome, do this. If you're still testing the waters with white wine or wine in general, I probably wouldn't start with this. So kind of take that recommendation with a grain of salt. Now, real quick before we let you guys go, I wanted to wrap up my Bajolius Villages from last week. As you see, I actually still have about a third of the bottle left. And that's just because this week I just didn't have time to drink much of it. So I did taste this again last night. I actually had a very healthy pour. And you could tell it had been opened, for 3 or 4 days. I did use one of these little rubber corks, but it seems like with reds, if you don't really plan on drinking them within the next 3 or 4 days, you kind of have to compromise and know that you're going to lose a little bit of that taste. This was no different. So I would say if you really want to try this, maybe open it on a Friday night. That way you have Saturday, Sunday to get through it. I wouldn't say open this on a Tuesday, because then you might miss out on enjoying it for the full duration of the bottle, if that makes sense. So I think that pretty much covers everything for the second episode of It's Just Grapes, featuring the Toasted Head Barrel Aged 2017 California Chardonnay. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or would like to learn more information about this, please let us know. Also, please subscribe. Every subscription that we get helps us out that much more and helps spread the channel. And my cat just flew by. Again, he's going to jump up here. Again, thank you for joining in, and let me know what else you want to see. Thanks again.